Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just traded to Boston here, and today I am back for episode number 4 of my 1998 Tampa Bay Devil Rays OOTP series, starting out of the Park Baseball 16. So today we're back with the midseason update for 1999. We are 36-41, and somehow only 3.5 games out of first place in the division. Now, don't ask me how, don't ask me why, because I couldn't answer. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I will say our offense has been really good, but relative to the rest of the league, we're only 7th in runs scored, and our pitching's been really bad. But rest of the league, or relative to the rest of the league, we're only 10th best, or what, 5th worst in the AL, or I guess the AL have 14 teams at this point, so 4th worst. No, that would make us 5th worst. So it's kind of been an interesting year. I mean, you look at our our team ERAs and stuff, and you would like puke at these, but you sort of got to remember that we are playing in the heart of the steroid era. To try and put some of these numbers into context for you guys, so in 2000, Pedro Martinez led the AL in ERA with a 1.74, or not a 1.74. It was a 1 something. Maybe it was 1.74. And second in the AL in ERA was Roger Clemens with a 3.74. So 3.74 was the second lowest ERA in the AL that year, and that was 2000. This is 1999. Basically, we're playing in the same era, basically. So you got to understand, a lot of these numbers are going to be inflated, and a lot of our offensive numbers are going to be inflated. It's kind of like playing with the Rockies again, to be honest. But anyway, we've got some really good years out of some guys. Cliff Lloyd has been just tearing the cover off the ball. Paul Konerko looks like he might win AL Rookie of the Year. He's on pace to have like an absurd season. He's got 3.8 wins above replacement already. Jason Varitek's been a great pickup. Miguel Cairo's playing well. Wade Boggs. I mean, pretty much everybody in our lineup is hitting well. Gary Gaetti started out the year really well. He's kind of regressed a little bit since then. I picked up Aaron Boone off of waivers. He's come over. He hasn't really played that well with us, but he also hasn't played a ton with us. I think the plan at some point is going to be to move Gaetti and get Boone in there at third base every day. Terrence Long's played relatively okay. We got Trot Nixon off of waivers, so Nixon was traded to the Royals in the offseason, and then they waived and DFA'd him pretty early on, so I claimed him back in April. And you can see, he's got some good potential ratings, but his ratings as it stands right now are not good. He's split time between AAA and the big league club for us. So we've got some good performances of guys. I think we have a couple guys in the DL. Yeah, Randy Wynn's played really well, but he's on the DL. I shouldn't say really well. It's actually been worse than last year. And Raul Ibanez didn't really play too well before he got hurt towards the beginning of the season. We're also without JC Romero for a little while. That's why we had Esteban Yan up with us. And as for the rotation, I claimed Julian Hernandez off of waivers from the Mets. He was really good in the first couple starts for us, and then he had this one clunker against Atlanta when he gave up 9 runs and 3 1/3, and he's sort of been mediocre since then. Jason Johnson has split time between AAA and the big league club. He got a 9-start stint to start the year. His ERA was 9.33. Then he went down to AAA, put in 5 pretty good starts, came back up, and threw another pretty poor one against Toronto pretty recently. And Tony Saunders and Tim Hudson, though, they've both been relatively effective. Saunders especially. And Hudson had his ERA in the low 3s for a while, but it's bumped up lately. Yeah, it looks like he had a pretty bad string there, but he had a nice start in his last one. So we'll see if he can build off of that. Daniel Wilson, not really been that good, but we obviously are going to want to give him some more time. We are still hopeful he can fill out to some of his potential. And then I've already sort of talked about the rest of the staff. So, and that's for the bullpen. Jim Messier and Rich Garces I didn't even realize El Guapo, our pal El Guapo's got his ERA down to 2.61, which is pretty incredible. Because he probably shouldn't have actually made the team. The only reason I even picked him was because just a hilarious old character from the Red Sox in the early 2000s. But all right, so we're at July 1st. I'm going to skip ahead here probably to the trade deadline. Even though there's no international free agent market or anything, I still felt like I wanted to show off at least this entire month. But yeah, we can see no international free agents. I'm pretty sure in the historical OOTPs they just don't do the international free agents. All the international guys get put into the draft class. And a lot of people were wondering why I wasn't signing any of these guys with like 5-star potential. Well, most of these guys are relievers as it is, and I don't believe many of them actually end up panning out. So, like in the off-season episode, a couple people were like, why aren't you signing all those, 5-star potential guys? Mainly because most of them are projected relievers, but also because not many of them pan out, I don't believe. So, that is that. And, yeah, let's start simulating ahead here. I'll keep my eye on the waiver wire. So we're wrapping up a series in Boston here, so it looks like we took 2 of 3 from them. Now only 2.5 back in the division somehow. We've got 3 big games against the division-leading Blue Jays. If we swept them, all right, well, we didn't sweep them. But I was going to say, if we did sweep them, we were going to have an opportunity to take over first place. That's not going to happen. Stanley Hawk is a guy we had make a couple starts for us. He was really, really bad. He threw 3 absolute duds in his big league stint with us so far this year. But he was having a really good year in AAA. That's why I gave him another shot. But I sent him back down after Jason Johnson looked a little bit better in AAA. So we'll see how he does. And I've actually had a pretty, I've had a lot of success claiming guys off of waivers. No, I don't want Joe Carter. I've claimed a lot of, pretty solid players off of waivers so far. I mean, no one really too special, but still, it's proven to be a pretty fertile ground for us, I would say. So, all right, we split the first 2 with Toronto. Expiring personnel info, bench coach. We don't really need to bring this guy back. We can hire our own bench coach in the offseason. All right, so let's see if we can take 2 of 3 from Tampa. And then we've got 3 more against Boston, it looks like. And we do take 2 of 3 from, I said Tampa, I meant Toronto. So now we're only a game and a half back in the division lead. This is pretty crazy. I would imagine this will not last, but you never know. All right, we just got shellacked by Boston. We split the first 2. It's actually a 4-game set. And we take 3 of 4, and someone just got hurt. I didn't even see who. Quentin McCracken. Yep. All right, now for 5 weeks, that's fine. McCracken was pretty much only with the team still because of injuries. Yeah, once Randy Wynn got back, and Ibanez is back in 6 days actually, so I'm not even gonna bother calling anybody up. So now we are tied for the lead, I think, in the division. Is that real? Yes, it is. We are. We would actually be percentage points. Oh no, yeah, we would be percentage points behind Toronto at this point. All right, so now we've got 3 at Florida. So interleague play continues. This is our last interleague series, I think. I know we've got more. Is this the Mets? No, it's the Yankees. All right, so these lineups are not really set. All right, let's just put Terrence Long in there. And what are we doing here? We've got Floyd and then Nixon. All right, so we'll do Floyd and Nixon. I don't really want to spend too much time setting these lineups. Then against lefties, we'll do Floyd in left, Long in center, and Ochoa in right. All right, there we go. So we got our lineup set for our series against Florida. Oops, go back. There we go. Take the first one, and they're going to announce the all-star teams here in just a day. We'll see who our representative is. I forget who it was last year. Don't remember. Yeah, I really don't remember, to be honest. All right, so let's take a look. Tim Hudson makes it. That's pretty cool. Tony Saunders also makes it. That's very cool. Anyone else from Tampa Bay? I imagine those might be our only 2 representatives. Oh, Paul Konerko makes it. All right, very cool. So 3 All-Stars. Wow, that is not something I expected, to be honest. Oh, and one thing I wanted to check. Oh, yeah, actually, one thing I wanted to show you guys. I already checked them out myself. So I was just kind of curious because, obviously we made the big trade getting Jason Varitek in the offseason. We gave up the Rookie of the Year runner-up, Bob E. Smith. So I kind of wanted to show you guys how he was doing this year. And he actually got off to a pretty solid start in Cleveland and then got sent down to AAA for some reason. But he's back up at the big league club and actually still having a pretty good year. He's hitting .320, so his BABIP is probably off the charts yet again. He'd be on pace for 200 strikeouts if he played a full season. So, yeah, I'm going to guess his BABIP is... Nice voice crack. I'm going to guess his BABIP is north of 400. Oh, and I was right. 440. Wow, maybe he's just going to... I don't even know. Maybe he's just going to be a career... Maybe he's just going to be a career high BABIP guy. Who knows? But all right, let's see about the All-Star game here. Let's see who takes it home. This is the 99 All-Star game in Fenway. And it was the NL who won it. All right. So let's keep moving forward then. So if we're, I don't know, we're in a really weird spot right now. I mean, it appears, and I honestly can't explain it because, we saw the money that the Red Sox and Yankees spent this offseason. I don't understand how neither of those teams are like any good right now, but we're kind of in an interesting spot here. I don't really know if we should be buyers, if we should be sellers, or what. I mean, it's a bit tricky. Let's DFA Mike Kelly. No one's gonna claim him, I don't think. We'll get Ibanez back with the big league club, so we're gonna move. Actually, I think we'll Well, we'll keep Nixon on the bench. We'll keep Nixon as the backup against right-handed pitching. If starter retired, and then we'll just move Ibanez back into the starting lineup. And we'll have him play every day for now in right field. And we'll bat him. Yeah, that's fine. All right. So we'll copy and paste this. And then we'll just swap Nixon for Ochoa here. And I want to see how Gaetti is doing. Has he bounced back at all? He's not cold anymore. He's still not playing that well. I'm trying to get Boone in, every second game. But I don't know. We'll just keep letting that play out for now. So we're 2 games back. Yeah, so we're in a really tough spot about whether to, sort of be buyers or sellers. I mean, my thinking is I should probably just sell because, I don't even think playing 500 baseballs is sustainable at this point. Although I guess we were projected to win 80 games or whatever at the start of the year, which I didn't understand at the time. Maybe it makes more sense now. I don't know. But either way, I guess we'll just keep moving forward here. Maybe we fall out of it in the next week or so. I don't know. Looks like it might be heading that way. We take a 1 of 3 from the Mets. Now we've got Philly. We get spanked in our first game. Ooh, Cliff Floyd interested in an extension. Is he? He's not even. Oh no, he is a free agent. All right, but I might re-sign him to that kind of deal. He's only 26, and he's had a really good year. He doesn't provide a lot of defensive value though. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be considered a Type A free agent. He's not demanding a lot of money. And yeah, he definitely he wouldn't be a Type A. He might not even be a Type B free agent. So it might make sense to re-sign him if we're not going to trade him. And I mean, at this point, I think rather than being sellers, maybe we could just sort of stay the course and see what happens. I don't know. It's a really weird spot. I'll tell you that much. All right, we take 2 of 3 from Philly at least. Now we've got 3 games against the Judrak Yankees. And actually, it was 2 games, and we lose both of them. All right, let's do this Texas series. It'll be, 99 games in? All right, and Kelly, we can send back to AAA. All right, so 47 and 52, and we are 3.5 out, but we're also behind 3 different teams. So I don't know. I sort of feel like one of these teams is eventually going to run away with it. And oh my God, look at the Braves. They're 73 and 28. I don't think I've ever had an OOTP team go 73 and 28. That is pretty insane. But all right, so let's see. The second place team in every division except the NL West would be leading the AL East. That's nice. So anyway, let's see what we're gonna do here. All right, so let's actually do one more series here because I think the longer we wait, the better. In terms of deciding what we're gonna do here at this deadline, because I really don't know yet. Trade proposal, don't care. Ooh, Dennis Martinez. Whoa, Dennis Martinez is 44 years old. Oh, nice stuff there, Dennis. Yeah, he looks like he's pretty washed up. Wow, when did he come into the league? 1976. Nice. Nice. Oh my God. That is insane. All right, let's keep going here. So we'll do one more series, as I said, against Anaheim at home. From the Trop. Ooh, Konerko. All right, he's only day to day for a day. Thank goodness. I want Konerko to stay healthy. I want him to win Rookie of the Year. All right, Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't care. And can we sweep Anaheim? Oh, we just swept Anaheim. Alrighty then. So now it is July 30th. And we've got tons of trade offers here. So people are trying to pawn their pieces off to us for some of our young guys, but I am having none of it. So, ooh, Bill Callahan. Okay, looks like he could maybe turn into a starter. Maybe. So we're 2.5 out. I'm really thinking we should. Oh, okay. So here we go. Now the Red Sox and Orioles are getting hot, but we've also won 6 of our last 10, and the Blue Jays are going ice cold. So, wow, David Ortiz is hitting 376. That's great. All right, I gotta stop getting sidetracked. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We could... Alright, so let's go back to Cliff Floyd. So Cliff Floyd continuing to play really well. And I know, his hitting numbers are going to be inflated because it's a steroid era. But let's see. I mean, if we try and trade him, what are we really going to get for him? Is it really going to be something that's going to be worth? I mean, this guy's 36. I don't want this guy. So, all right. Since the offers, okay, now his demands have gone up, but still, I think it makes sense to try and re-sign Floyd. Let's get this number down to 4, 5, maybe even 4 flat. That might be pushing it. Yeah, it's not really in the happiest of moods to start these negotiations. So let's do 4 years, team option at the end, so it's 3 guaranteed, but the potential to be his age 27, 28, 29, and 30 seasons at 4.5 apiece. All right, so he does like that. Now, if we decrease the offer, he's just going to get mad, right? Yeah, all right. So let's go back to 4-5, use for all, 4 years, team option. All right, so we'll do that. That's what, a 4-year, $18 million extension, or really just three for 13.5 with a team option at the end. All right, so there's that. So we're not going to trade Cliff Floyd. We know that. We are probably not going to trade Wade Boggs, who did get his 3,000th hit, by the way. He is now at, what, 3,000? Oh, it's not even a... What is this? Now I want basic batting stats, please. Yeah, 3,049. So we got his 3,000th hit. Cool stuff there. This is the last year of his contract, but he has expressed an interest in playing again next year, and has actually expressed an interest in coming back with Tampa Bay. I don't really want him back, to be honest. I would rather him retire, which I believe he did in real life after the 1999 season, because I kind of want to give his at-bats to somebody who's going to be more important on the team in the future. But Wade Boggs, kind of in the same category as Cliff Floyd. Like, if we trade him away, I don't think we're going to get anything for him. I looked at this earlier in the year, and we didn't get any offers. Or we got crap offers, I should say. We'll see if we get anything halfway interesting for him now. Well, we got more offers this time around, but it's pretty much, yeah, it's the same thing. It's nothing really that interesting. So I think it makes more sense to keep him than trade him. Gary Gaetti maybe is somebody we could look to move, because I wouldn't be opposed to giving Booney his playing time. So either way, I think we might trade Gary Gaetti. But we're not going to, I don't think, and we don't really have any other, sell now kind of pieces, I would say. So let's take a look at the market on Gaetti. Now, this is a guy I don't think we're going to get anything for, but at the same time, I think it probably, there might be value in getting him off the team just to give Aaron Boone those ABs, and because Gaetti's kind of old, and let's see. I mean, if there's anything, but at the same time, now we're not getting anything. It's the same thing. There's nothing halfway interesting for him, so maybe we're better off keeping him. I don't know. I mean, I think that's the thing with the pieces that we have to sell are not worth selling. So because of that, I don't think we're going to be sellers. I don't know if we're going to be buyers. Maybe we could go out and add a reliever. Our bullpen stabilized a little bit. Williamson's been really good. So he fractured his shoulder at one point and was pretty bad. But since coming off the DL, he's been really, really good. But his ERA was up in the 4s, maybe the 5s before he went on the DL. He's been good ever since coming back. Garces, Yana's been good. We could get Lopez out of here maybe. So yeah, maybe go out, get a reliever, and get a starter. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing: if we're going out and making win now trades, they're going to be, we're not going to give up much for these guys. I mean, that's got to be the thing. I mean, here's a rental, Omar Dahl. He's got a 3.37 ERA this year in Arizona. If they want to give him to us, that's fine. I'm not going to give up a ton for him, though. I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah, like I'm not giving up Tony Saunders for him. Maybe Jeff Soupy. Maybe, I don't know. So maybe, I think I'll go off camera and I'll go around exploring for some deals, but I would not expect anything too big. Alright, so I found 2 trade partners with whom we could acquire a starter from, and those 2 partners are the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants. So from the Pirates, we're looking at a package centered around Esteban Loaiza, who I'm sure some people remember. I think he pitched for the A's and the White Sox in the early 2000s. I think he might have been on the White Sox World Series winning team, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But either way, so he has a 3.3 ERA this year, for the Pirates, been mainly working out of the bullpen. He got demoted from their staff last year. And, he's had some relatively mediocre years. I mean, I guess you could say his 1997 wasn't too bad. But anyway, I certainly think it'd be an upgrade on our 4th or 5th starters. And he's got one more year of team control left, so we'd have him for next year as well. Good guy, team-oriented, all of that. And the thing I like about this package is we're really not giving up too much. And we will also try to pick up Tom Gordon in the deal to pick up an extra reliever. Now, Gordon has not had a good year this year, but his fielding independent metrics a little bit better than his fielding inclusive metrics, I guess is what you would call them. If we look, his FIP is 4.47, and he's got pretty good FIPs in the last 2 years. So he's got a half-decent track record. I think he could be half-decent for us in a small sample. And the guys we'd be giving up in this, Albie Lopez, Bill Callahan, and our backup catcher, Carlos Hernandez. I don't know why they want Carlos Hernandez. I guess they need a backup catcher or something. Whatever, that beats me. But so the big guy in this is Bill Callahan. Showed him off earlier. Bullpen emergency guy, maybe a borderline starter in the future. I'm not really sure. He only has 2 really good pitches. And, I mean, I shouldn't even say really. He has 2 good pitches, period. His fastball and a splitter. So that screams reliever to me. And if I'm giving up a reliever for Tom Gordon and Esteban Loaiza, I don't hate it. I don't hate this deal so much. But if I'm really giving up a guy who I think would be a member of our rotation in the future, then I don't like this deal, because I don't really want to give up anything to these deals. I mean, these guys, Albie Lopez has been one of the worst relievers in baseball the last couple of years. Carlos Hernandez as a backup catcher has been good this year, but he's hitting 408. I mean, he's not gonna keep that up, and it's just because he only has 45 ABs. Like, that's the only reason why, as my voice cracks again. But anyway, so I don't mind giving up either of those guys. It's just Callahan who I'm kind of on the fence about. But then the other deal is for the San Francisco Giants, and I don't like this deal as much. It's for Mark Gardner, who's been, I would say this, Mark Gardner probably has a better chance of stepping into the rotation this year and being effective, a better chance than Esteban Loaiza has. He's got a 2.96 ERA this year in San Francisco. He's putting on he's on pace for 3.7 wins above replacement. His FIP is pretty good. He's got a lot of strikeouts, or not a ton of strikeouts, but he's got plenty of strikeouts. He's not walking a lot of guys. So I think he could, be pretty good for us. But the thing is, for this deal, it's Alex Gonzalez and Michael Barrett, 2 guys who we've traded for. Actually, I guess we claimed Barrett off of waivers. 2 guys who we have picked up, though, in the past. Actually, I don't even think I ever mentioned that I claimed Michael Barrett off of waivers, which actually happened. As you can see, claimed off waivers because I'm looking at the date and I'm thinking there's probably no way that made it into an episode. But the reason I wouldn't mind giving up Barrett potentially is because we do have a lot of depth at the catcher spot now with Jason Varitek and Steve Brown still. Remember who we got in the Florida trade we made last season. So Barrett's kind of expendable. And Alex Gonzalez, I'm sure a lot of people know about him. He went on to have a pretty nice long MLB career. I think he had a stint with the Tigers last year at one point in 2014. So he had a nice long MLB career. Was sort of a career backup / defensive replacement / borderline starter. He played for the Red Sox a couple different years, a couple different stints, but it's not like he ever has I don't think he has the ceiling of ever really being a starting caliber shortstop. Barrett might have the ceiling of being a starting caliber catcher. I'm not really sure yet. So it's not a lot, and we get Mark Gardner. Now, we could do both of these deals, because really, we have 2 holes in our rotation, not just one. So, I don't know. It's really a question of how much we're willing to buy in on this season. So, I think the Pirates deal I'm going to do. Loaiza, we get Tom Gordon out of it as well, and I really don't think Callahan's ever going to be a starter. I think we can probably replace Carlos Hernandez. We could probably even call up Steve Brown if we wanted to replace him. So, all right, we're going to do this deal. Complete that. Now the question is, do we do the Giants deal? I think I would do the Giants deal if I was a little bit more certain I could keep Michael Barrett, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do so. I'd have to give up, I don't want to give up any of these guys for Mark Gardner. The question is, could I give up a guy like Brian Recker, or maybe one of the guys we just removed from our rotation? All right, so now, who's this guy? Edgar Gonzalez. All right, apparently we claimed him off of waivers too, although I don't really remember doing that, but Alright, I think we can give up this guy. I mean, he doesn't look like he's anything. He looks like he's just going to be a career defensive replacement. So, if we throw him in, and maybe we could even keep Wrecker if we wanted it, and then I assume we'd still have to give up Gonzalez, but that's fine. We'll be giving up multiple Gonzalez's. Okay, so I think we'll do this deal then. Alex and Edgar Gonzalez for Mark Gardner. So there we go. We just picked up 3 pitchers for not a whole lot, and 3 guys who I think are all going to represent improvements on our club. So let's DFA Julian Hernandez. Let's send Jason Johnson back down. Actually, we could move Johnson to the bullpen. Nah, let's send it back down. Alright, and I'm also going to send down... We got rid of Albie Lopez in that deal, so we opened up 1 roster spot that way. But I'm also going to send down Scott Aldred. I think I want to give Terrell Wade a chance with the big league club, because I think he's had a pretty decent year for AAA. For a AAA team. Yeah, 1.62 ERA. So, alright, let's see what he can do. Let's put Mark Gardner on the team. Let's put Esteban Loaiza on the team. And let's put Tom Gordon on the team. So look at that. I can't believe it, but year 2 of the Devil Rays series, and we were already buyers. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. We also still need a new backup catcher. So let's give Steve Brown the call, I think is going to be the move. Yeah, he's had a pretty solid year in AAA. His ratings still aren't that high, though. That's the thing. I don't know about this. Maybe we should keep letting him develop and go with... maybe Mike DeFelice. I mean, I almost think Michael Barrett's probably more MLB ready than Steve Brown is. But I don't know. Brown isn't like throwing a fit that he's still in AAA. Barrett's... Alright, he's not. He's just unhappy for existential reasons. Alright, so... For now, I think we'll go with Laker or DeFelice. We'll go with DeFelice. But we'll look to pick up somebody in August maybe to fill out that backup catcher spot. So we're going to keep Gaetti, keep switching playing time between him and Boone. And then as for the rotation, oh shit, we need someone to pitch tonight. I did not realize that. Okay, Loaiza can go. It's fine. I think Gardner's going to need more rest though. Oh no, Gardner can go tomorrow. Okay, so we're fine there then. And Gordon, we will put in a middle relief role, not a specialist role, excuse me. And Terrell Wade, same thing. Alright, so there we go. That is the deadline. So let's skip ahead these next 2 days. Let's see how Loaiza and Gardner do in their debuts. Loaiza got roughed up. Gardner, let's see how he does. Oh, he also got roughed up. Great. But we do get Randy Wynn back, so that's good. We can send down Trot Nixon. We're going to have to waive him the DFA, but he won't get claimed. I'm not worried about that. Still a 1-star. Yep. Alright, and we will activate, not Terrence Long. Randy Wynn, there we go. And we'll move Wynn back into the starting lineup. We'll move Long to the bench. And we'll do the sort of platoon thing we were doing with him and with Nixon and Ochoa. And yeah, we'll do that. Ibanez. Maybe we should play Terrence Long over Raul Ibanez at this point. I'm not sure. We'll have to monitor that yeah, for sure we'll have to monitor that. All right, and let's copy and paste. Actually, instead of playing Ibanez against lefties, I'm going to put Ochoa in there. We'll just do that. All right. And should we move? Yeah, we'll bump Ochoa up to keep it righty-lefty since he's had a pretty good year. A pretty solid season. All right, so that is that, and that is the deadline. So 50-54. If the division keeps this close, I'll do a September episode. But if we fall out of it, then the next episode you will see is the off season. I don't think we're gonna run away with the division, so I think it's probably gonna be one of those 2 options. So, all right, thanks so much, guys. Hope you enjoy, and I'm out. Peace.